Today we got the egg box war. I've been enjoying it for the last, 20 minutes or so, so I figured we'd let everybody else see what all these shenanigans are. We got this little tiny egg box, but we got a Jersey Giant and a Light Brahma, and they just keep shoving each other out of the box. Who is gonna lay their egg first? The Jersey Giant been over here about, I don't know, an hour. And then the Brahma decided, I'm going to get in on this. And now she just keeps getting under the darned Jersey Giant, which is hilarious to me. So she's pulled all of those shavings out of the box. And then she's throwing them out over the edge. There's Betty Crocker. She laid earlier. She's been being a good girl. She's been laying for weeks. These two, however, this is their first time this year. Now that we got the new nesting box, everybody wants to lay eggs all of a sudden. The dog's over there enjoying the sunshine. Let's see here. Ladies. Excuse me, I'm just gonna scooch over here. We're gonna see who takes advantage of this box first. My money's on the Brahma. She's been way more vocal since she came over here than the Jersey Giant was. It's a race to lay the eggs, ladies. Race to lay the eggs. These things are expensive. You gotta start doing your bit. You gonna come get me? You gonna come get me, Mama? This is Mama Brahma. Mama. Oh, is she in your box? Is that mean Snooky in your box? Snooky, what are you doing in her nesting box, huh? She's the older one. You're from the next year, Snooky. Mama here, Mama. Mama. She take your box. Where are you supposed to lay your egg at, huh? You keep losing to her. That's that darn barred rock. If you ask me, they look a little big for this box, And Snooky, one generally puts their head out. That's kind of how that works. Little birds. Well, Mama, why don't you get back over there and lay an egg for us, huh? She's been pretty darn vocal. I think she's gonna make another run for that box. Alright, Snooky. I think she's gonna take your box from you. Again. Yeah, we're gonna have to make them another box. Yep, too much stuff in there. Gotta take it all out. Mama. Yeah, so they're just getting back into it for the year. They haven't this is their first day trying to lay this season. Watching them fight over this box is just hilarious. I'm gonna have to put a second one in. Just because I put one in, y'all have to use it. Oh, I know. She's in your box. Oh, I know. That horrible Snooky. Yeah, all those shavings. It's aren't any good in there, are they? They're not helping you out at none. Mama. Oh, I know. I think the Jersey Giant's getting closer. I mean, she's been trying to do it for an hour. Mama, leave the shavings in the box. My grief. Guess there's not enough room for you, Snooky, and the shavings, huh? Yeah, that's about right. You know, you put shavings in there for them, and they gotta come out. You know, they're just in the way. It's not like there's another full size hen in there. Yep, absolute tomfoolery happening in here. And just in case anybody's wondering, the whole reason I'm even still standing out here is because they're going to break the egg that they lay first. So I kind of want to get it out of there as soon as they lay it. I don't think both of them fit in there. I'm just going to throw that idea out there. I don't think both of them fit. Oh, I know. I know. She's in your way. How mean of her. How mean of her. We did not plan accordingly, did we? Yeah. Two full-sized hens arguing over not even a square foot of box. Look at this. Look at this. You both don't fit in there. Like, take a card and pick a, get in line, right? It's like a lunch line. Thank you, Isaacs. I'm glad you like my videos. I'm sorry I haven't been able to make more of them since I came to Illinois here. But this is that's Mama Brahma from the first batch I brought home, and this is Snooky. I think she's the second year batch. But they're both wanting to lay an egg for me today. Thank goodness. They've been holding out on me. Do you got chickens at home? I hope you do, with the way these egg prices have been going. Listen, ladies, you both really don't fit. And if just one of you would lay the egg. Oh, awesome. Hopefully you're down in the south. Your chickens will be a lot more active like right now than a couple hours north. Yeah. Yeah, these chickens really don't both fit in there. And Snooky, you're backwards. You see how Mama Brahma's in there? You know, that's how you lay an egg. They're both quite cantankerous today. I tell you what, I am. So this one here is a Light Brahma, the white one, with the coloring here and here. This is a Light Brahma. They got booted feet, so they got feathers on their feet. And the one in the back is a Jersey Giant. Her name is Snooky. These are both two of the largest backyard chickens you will get. The larger specimens can be quite big. Even Mama Brahma here is a small Light Brahma. I had Ducky, if you look through some of my older videos, who was probably 50% bigger than her, but she wasn't quite as pretty for the breed standards, so I did let her go. Snooky here is a pretty nice little specimen, and again, she's not the biggest that you're going to get out of one of these hens, But she's beautiful out in the sun. She's got purples and greens in her black feathers. It is just beautiful to see that chicken in the sun. I tell you what, they make good dual purpose birds. Both of these, they will lay eggs. The Brahma will lay more in the winter. I think that the female Brahmas can get to be 7 or 8 pounds. Same thing for the Jersey Giants there. I think I've seen a female somebody else had about 8 pounds. It was a pretty interesting bird, I tell you what. They got some videos of some male Brahmas online that look a little bigger than should be. If you ever Google them, they're quite fascinating. The male versions of these. Right, Mama? Right. Snooky, if you would just get to business, then I could get your egg from you and go inside, because they're gonna smash the egg. That's what's gonna happen if I'm not out here. Yeah, no, that's a pretty big hen. 7, 8, 9 pounds. That's fairly big. Usually a lot of breeds, you see that in the roosters, and then the hens can be anywhere from 4 to 6, 7 pounds. It's hard to match them for meat, though, because if you go to the grocery store, you'll notice you can get a rotisserie chicken usually under $10. And I guarantee, unless you buy thousands of chickens, you're not producing a rotisserie chicken for, under $10. Oh, I appreciate that, Isaac. Glad to hear it. Little birds. Little bitty birds. Oh, I know. She's in your spot. They're quite cantankerous, I gotta say. They're making a sight of themselves. The Jersey Giant, I think, is getting close. She's starting to act up in the air there. So if we can keep the Brahma from dislodging her, probably have an egg here in a minute. You can do it, Snooky. Mine's going good now that all my hens are apparently trying to lay. That's going to be great. Prices of eggs going up. I need them producing to really be worth the money having around. I mean, I would never get rid of any of these hens. They've been with me too long, but it's nice to see them starting to lay and have some more time to spend with them. I was working a lot of hours during the winter. I hope you're doing good today, Mr. Isaac. Come on, Snooky. Just give us that golden egg. Don't worry about that, Isaac. I am not worried about it. With all these eggs, I'll be rich, right? Oh, my God. And for anybody watching this who doesn't have chickens and you're thinking of getting chickens just to try to beat the egg prices, it's kind of like what I was saying about meat chickens earlier. If you go buy them just to try to beat the egg prices, you're going to have a hard time doing that from a startup, because industry is scale, Yes, these are both trying to lay an egg, Isaac. That is exactly what they're doing. These two haven't laid yet this season, and they're in here arguing over this box. I put this box out here 3 days ago, and now all of a sudden everybody wants to lay eggs, which is good for me, and it's, quite entertaining right now. I'm going to have to get a second box in here just to avoid this. But even if you put 2 boxes in, half the time all the hens want the same box. So it turns into a thing no matter what. You could have 10 boxes in here, they're still going to fight over 1 box. But at least they'd have options, And that's why their tails are in the air, too, Mr. Isaac. They're in here trying to lay and hunker down. Yeah, no, they will fight over the box. You put 20 boxes, 10 boxes, and depending on how many chickens you have, you'll end up with eggs in 1, 2, or 3 boxes out of potentially dozens of chickens. I mean, I've had up to 30 of them back at the campground, and they still primarily laid in one box. I had two fairly large boxes. The hens could fit at least two hens in them. They'd still fight over them, though, at that time. They're quite funny little birds. Gots to say. She's got to be getting close. When they disrupt each other, it does lengthen the time it takes them to get comfortable. Yes, they are picky. My goodness. I mean, if everything's got to be just right. I mean, look at them pulling the shavings out of the box, right? Because they just want it the way they want it. Even though you put all these nice shavings in there to keep the eggs from breaking, to keep them nice and clean, they come in here and just make a complete nuisance of themselves. Don't you, Mama? If you just let Snooki do her thing, you could have the box. Now, Mama here used to be the big hen on the block. I don't know why. Snooki seems to have taken over the role. Mama Brahma is older, but Snooki seems to get her way most of the time nowadays with treats or spots in the nest. Yeah, no. So that's this hen. So that's my hand. You know, I'm a 5'7" male. So that kind of tells you how big she is. So for the most part, they eat chicken food. That one is a crumble that has more calcium in it. We also put our scraps out in their yard here, and they do eat all of the insects and grass that they can get a hold of. They're very fond of insects and grass, and that's kind of what we're trying to do with them, you know, give them more than just a little bit of chicken food. They actually get to eat what they're kind of meant to do. They're out there eating the ticks and the little bugs, and you know, it makes them happy too. They're happier when you got a rooster, so you don't need a rooster for eggs. But if you have a rooster, the hens tend to be happier and produce more eggs. They really do not fit in that box. You two are just silly. My God. 5'8"'s not bad, Isaac. That's not bad at all. Everybody's kind of overstated the height thing the last couple of years. Yeah, so this is anybody who doesn't have chickens, this is kind of the silliness you can look forward to. They are quite cantankerous birds. They if either one of them lays an egg right now, the egg will not be in the egg box. So I'm gonna have to, when they're done, I'm gonna have to go get another egg box. I wanted to get a big twofer, but they didn't have any. They do. But you know, the Jersey Giant's name is Snooki, so I don't expect her to get along with anybody. But they are, both of these birds are kind of known for having a good temperament for backyard chickens. They are birds that can be a little harder to work with each other, like Rhode Island Reds and everything, but they get a pecking order established, and then they kind of just live that life, you know. It's they're pretty vicious animals when you really think about it. If they got a wound or anything, they will all peck at it. You got to cover their wounds and do all kinds of stuff to keep them from hurting each other in that case. Can we just get an egg, ladies? I need to know who's laying first, so we can, you know, put it in the description of the live. Who wins? It's an egg race. Now, right now I've just got the 4 chickens. My grandparents have got the 3 turkeys over there, and I got a dog at the moment. Like I said, I've had up to 30-something chickens in the past. I'll usually get chickens during the season, and then when the winter starts coming, you have to really think about it, because they don't get to eat as much grass or insects during the winter. So you feed them more in the winter than you do the summer, and then they lay less eggs, unless you put a light bulb or something in the coop to give them fake sunlight. they will lay less in the winter. So I will buy birds, find the ones that I like with good temperaments, and then towards the winters, I'll sell off the ones that I don't want to add permanently to my flock. And that's a way that I can experiment, meet different breeds of chickens, and figure out what I want to keep without having to feed them over the winter for little to no benefit to myself. These girls are funny. My goodness. Actually, with chickens, and this is one of the problems people run into with chickens, is that it ain't any harder to take care of 30 of them than it is to take care of 5 of them. It ain't any harder to take care of 5 of them than it is to take care of 1 of them. It turns into chicken math real quick and in a hurry. But that's where, I figured out if you start figuring out which ones you want and you sell them a little bit into the fall before winter comes, you can kind of figure out which ones you really want to keep around. And a lot of people, they end up with a couple hundred chickens without ever meaning to. And especially if you get roosters, because they'll start hatching out their own chickens. And that is literally zero effort. You put them in your bathtub or build a thing for them in the house and you have to heat them. That's a lot of work for the babies. But when these start hatching out their own chickens, you're like, oh my God, I can sell those. I can keep those. It doesn't take me any effort other than putting water and food out, making sure the predators ain't got to them. They're really not that much work in a backyard setting. Once you get to, thousands of them in a commercial setting, that's going to be a little different. You're going to be dealing with a lot more issues with quarantine. This is what's going on with the egg prices when they culled all those chickens a couple months back. They have not yet, these two this year. They have in the past. That one laid one earlier. That's a barred rock. That's a Plymouth barred rock. They came over and started breeding these a couple hundred years ago. These used to be a primary chicken. This was a staple chicken. They'd use it as a dual-purpose backyard chicken to eat and to make eggs out of. So those were real popular for a very long time before they started making commercial chickens. Now, there are 2 types of commercial chickens. I got one in the tree over there. It's a white leghorn. You can barely see her behind one of the turkeys. But the commercial egg chickens, they lay many, many eggs. And then the commercial meat chickens get really, really big. So that's where these, that's what you would call a heritage breed, the barred rock. So the heritage breeds have fallen out of popularity for commercial chicken people because they don't get as much out of one chicken. A dual purpose is good for both, but it's not great at either. It's kind of like a jack of all trades. Yeah, these two are really getting into it here. Yeah, if only one of these had come over, they would have laid an egg a long time ago. But since they both wanted it at the same time, they keep disturbing each other. Ladies, you've got to get your stuff together. Do you hear me? I mean, it's great that you're trying to lay. It's very great, we'll run you up to HR and get you an award, but we gotta get this workspace environment figured out. Right, Isaac? I agree. They need to just lay this egg already. My goodness. And once they lay the egg, I can just go back to my own business, just because both of them in here and I'm not here when they lay it, they're gonna smash the egg. I want them to lay one so I can get the egg and keep them from breaking it. Ladies, my goodness. No, they're beautiful birds. Now, one thing that these barred rocks are known for is being chatty. So the barred rock there is quite a chatty Cathy. They're known for that, squawking and making a nuisance of themselves, but they're beautiful nuisances. I like the barred rocks. I had a few roosters of the barred rocks last year, but I had been sent temporarily out of town, and I didn't come back while I still had the barred rock roosters. The woman who was watching them had shipped them off before I came back. I really wanted a barred rock rooster, but they were a lot for her to handle while she was doing that for me. There were quite a handful of them, too. It was a very inconvenient time for me to need somebody to watch my flock. That's another thing. If you're going to get chickens, you are stuck at home. And if you have to go anywhere, somebody has to take care of them. And that is a hard thing to ask people to do. Yeah, it's a lot like having dogs or anything else. You know, it's hard to go out of town. Oh, come on, ladies. Be nice to each other. Yeah, I only put the one box in here because I only had 2 chickens laying. I thought I'd have a few more weeks, but they all got ahead of my schedule. We just need 1 egg, ladies. And then I'll get it out of your hair. Or feathers, as it were. My goodness. Yeah. We all thought we had it rough with our siblings. Another thing you got to think of with these birds, too. I know, right? Another thing to think of is if you got dogs and stuff, you never know how your dog is going to act with them until you have them. You could take your dog to somebody else's house to see how they treat the chickens, but then you risk, their dogs getting into it. My dog over there, Jersey, he has never been anything but great with my birds. I introduced him to them when they were babies. There's a... Oh, yeah, there is. Yep. And it's pretty cool. Now, Jersey, he was always great with the chickens. I introduced him to my, these ones here. Mama Brahma was in the first flock that we had there. And he's been good with them. Yeah, he's never harassed any of them. Keeps them pretty safe, too, chasing all these little birds off that keep landing in the paddock. Come on, Snooky, lay that egg. Lay that egg. She might lay hers right outside the box. She's getting real close. She's about to give up on trying to get in the box to do it. She might just lay that egg on the Jersey Giant in there. Watch out, Snooky. Mama Brahma's serious right now. I really thought she was going to lay there for a minute. It's the first time since the season started changing. You know, that's actually a very good likelihood. And their muscles just aren't used to it because these two haven't laid yet this season. The Barred Rock, it took her an hour or two the other day. And now she's been laying a couple of days in a row. She's just getting back into the rhythm of it. The White Leghorn, she's been laying quietly for weeks now, too. Barely making any noise, getting in and out before you even knew she was out here. Yeah. Yeah, I would have gotten 2 boxes if I knew this was what was going to happen. If I only got the one this week. I was trying to think how I was going to put up a couple of them properly in a way that would induce laying in all of them. The point here was so that it wouldn't be facing the outside door here. You know, give them more of an idea of being in the shade and sheltered. More conducive to laying conditions. I didn't want this particular box. They were just out of the ones I wanted. I would usually build my own box, but you know, for the price of some of these pre-built boxes, you can save money. These ones have not mated. No, we don't currently have a rooster. Both of my roosters got eaten by an owl when we moved down here. You know, I miss Austin. He was the light of my life, that little tiny rooster. Oh my God, I miss him. Come on, ladies. Anybody, anywhere. You hear them both making little mama bird noises, just chittering and chattering. That's the life of the roosters. They risk being eaten all the time, and that's to keep their ladies safe. And in this case, most of the ladies made it. They let Kevin get eaten. Kevin was a lady. They let Kevin get eaten, so that was unfortunate. Kevin was a silkie. Not a purebred silkie either, but I got Kevin from Predators and Chickens, another YouTuber. I had gone up and gotten a couple chickens from them maybe a couple years ago now. I'm not sure. You'll find a thing we did together in my my video history there. They're pretty active on YouTube right now. If you ever got a chance to go over there, give them some views. They're doing some good work teaching people how to cull chickens and stuff. When I got the chicken from them, I think I got 4 or 5. I got a game bird, a big giant Malay rooster. That thing was about 2 feet tall before it died in the middle of the winter due to some congenital defect. I got the silky rooster from her, and I got a couple something else's. I can't even remember off the top of my head. I've had a stream of chickens in and out. Hard to remember all of them at some point. Yeah, no, it's not too bad. If you're gonna drive a couple hours to go get chickens, usually you want to get a couple, you know? Yeah, this is what having chickens is like right here. There it is. And that one did not break either. Look at that. So that is out of the jersey. It's even steaming. You can't really see it very good. Look at that. That's an egg right there, man. You see that? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get her out of there because she's now she's done. So we're gonna get her off of the Brahma. Now she might take an interest in her egg. She might try to sit on it. And that was a very small egg. So we were worried it would be a big one. That's her first egg of the season. Pretty small, little standard egg here. You know. It's a little dirtier than I like. It rolled off on some of the stuff they must have left there. But you got a couple options with these. If you don't want to refrigerate them, usually you take a rag, get all the poop and everything off. They got a film on them that will keep the eggs safe. Thank you, Snooky. That was so nice of you. Finally lay an egg. See, you can see that green and purple on her feathers now that she's in the sunlight, huh? That is a Jersey Giant. My God, is she just pretty? Especially out in the sun. I have a hard time filming it right with my cell phone. But if she gets out there, she is just so pretty. You a pretty girl, Snooky? A pretty bird. Pretty bird. Now you can properly see the Brahma over here working the nest. So she's trying to get it the way she wants it. She's moving all the shavings and everything. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put some of the shavings back in, and she'll work around some of them. But now the Jersey Giant there is out of her way, I'm pretty sure she's going to get along quick to business here. She seems pretty intent on getting it accomplished, actually. Bye, Snooky. Thanks for your hard work today. I do appreciate it. You are a very, very good bird. She's getting a snack there out of the food container. Well, you know, I just enjoy having them. Livestock is very rewarding. I don't have enough chickens to where, again, that I would be financially improved compared to buying these things at the store. I could buy eggs cheaper than I can make them with chickens, and you can buy chicken cheaper than you can grow them. You have to buy thousands of them to start beating the store prices. But it's just rewarding. You know, I know the quality of the chickens if we eat them. I know the quality of the eggs. I know the conditions the birds were kept in. you can look online, and cage free and all that stuff is not as nice as people think. They think, oh, they're not caged up, they're outside in a pasture, even though it doesn't say pasture raised. And then when it does say pasture raised, they really think the chickens are outside. But in a pasture raised, you put them in a movable chicken house, and you just move the chicken house to a different part of the pasture every day, so the chickens are eating different grass every day instead of the same 10 feet of grass. So you can read what's on the cartons, but the cartons are very misleading. They're still in a factory farm setting. And, I just know that my birds are having a good life over here. And you do run into medical issues you got to take care of. You run into predatory issues you got to deal with. But at the end of the day, I just find it very rewarding, as opposed to just buying a product at the store and that being the end of it. We're meant to have a relationship with these animals. That's kind of how it's meant to be. The can-do man. That's the barred rock. And that is the white leghorn. That white leghorn is a commercial egg-laying bird. That is what that breed is meant to do. They're meant to lay eggs. And she lays big, giant white eggs every day right now. She probably got another year or two of laying left in her. The barred rock is a heritage breed. The Light Brahma is a heritage breed. And you can see she's getting to work in here. So she's getting that nest round. So she's getting it just the way she likes it. Snooky. Foghorn Leghorn's girlfriend. Alright, Mama. We only got a few more minutes of battery life. If we could just get that last egg, then all can be on my way. And so can all of our lovely viewers. Now, Mama Brahma here has tried to sit a couple of times. So if you see her putting stuff back in, she's trying to make the nest real nice. She has a history of actually trying to sit on the eggs. She's tried to hatch them several times, and every time she's tried to sit on eggs, we did not have a rooster, and I didn't want to buy fertilized eggs. I'm down to about 8% right now. I don't know what I started at. I really thought this would go a lot faster. You never know with chickens, though. They take their time, and she's filling up the nest. So she might be intending to sit on the egg, which could be problematic, but it's easy enough to fix if she wants to do that. She doesn't seem vicious enough to be in that mood, though. It is just interesting to watch her putting things back in the nest. So she's trying to make it just right. That's more of an indication to me that she might want to lay and then sit on it. The Brahmas are early sitters, too, so if you want to hatch chickens early in the spring, usually a couple Brahma hens are going to be one of your better bets for that, which is one of the reasons I got the Brahmas to begin with. Chatty Cathy over there. Mama, can you give me an egg? Please. Please. Please, Mama. Yeah, no, she is entirely picky about her nests. And there's the turkeys. Turkeys, if you've never had them, they are nice animals. My God, they're so nice, you won't want to eat them. They really will be your best friends. They'll follow you around like a dog. Let you pet them and everything. Yeah. We have dropped down below the 5% threshold, so I think I'm going to have to end this live stream here shortly. It's been great having you out, Isaac, and all you other viewers. Good to see that we got at least the one egg out of Snooky, and Mama Brahma's going to give me one here in a few minutes, but that's not such an issue now that I know that this one's not going to be broken. So I think I will be... I'll be dropping out of here before this phone dies. It's dropping fast, but thank you all for coming out. Hang out with Mama Brahma and Snooky and all the other chickens here. And, y'all keep chickening. See you next time, Isaac.